bosses in this game turned me into a racist. What? The poster is, oh my god, the poster is original pillow fucker. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the worst Steam reviews of Armored Core 6. I don't know about you, I haven't finished the game yet, but I thought I'd take a look at to see how people are reacting to this, because I've been playing the game and it's not the easiest game to play. But there's a lot of buttons to press at the same time. Yes, let's read some bad reviews. All right, so oh my god, Jesus. Dude, these reviews are terrible. I should sort by like least helpful or something. Holy shit. Review type negative. Playtime over 1 hour. Oh my god. Okay, so here's a cool one. They played 69.5 hours, alright, and left the review at 56 hours and said, unironically, one of the worst games I've ever played, right before Elden Ring. And then it says, edit, all achievements done, easy peasy, would never do again. I mean, how could this be one of the worst games you've ever played? Right before Elden Ring. Like, what? So that's a garbage review. Okay, this one, game is good. There's tons of customizations you can choose your own playstyle and the levels that support that. Except bosses are built to be beaten by specific builds and playstyles, while hard countering some others. Understand the appeal in a game where you have to customize your build to each boss, but I personally would prefer to do multiple runs with different builds. These are also bosses that have instant attacks with no warning. They are completely unavoidable if you are in melee range. The boss mechanics are also quite unfun at times. Bosses that have unbreakable barriers in front, so you have to attack from behind. That would be fine if the boss didn't park its back against the wall or a pit at all times, meaning you have to quickly shoot it as it runs from one wall to another. Not difficult, just obnoxious. The boss that has a force field that you have to take down, then you have short window to damage it. Sounds good. The force field takes minimal damage except for some specific weapons, meaning only specific builds are allowed. The force field also can be reapplied while the boss is staggered, which to me feels like the boss attacks during the stagger. Again, not difficult, just unfun. Game is stupidly, impossibly hard. It's been Dark Soulized. Expect to restart some missions literally 30 times to beat them. If that is your idea of a good game, ignore this and buy this game. List of travesties in this game include, but aren't limited to, bosses with 25 to 150,000 HP that do 8,000 damage in one shot. You have 9,000 HP. Even regular missions with cloaky boys that do 5,000 damage to your 9,000 HP mech in one shot. Oh, and they're invisible. Oh, and they spawn behind you. Oh, and if they kill you, you have to start the mission over from the beginning. Oh no. Oh no, I know which mission he's talking about. You literally just have to use the scanner and it tells you where they are exactly. It's really not that hard. I beat it like on second try. Do not buy the deluxe edition. Art book and soundtracks are done as a separate Unity game. There is no PDF or MP3s. The game is fun, so you should pick up the regular edition. The combat is fast and fluid. The bosses are hard. The ultimate challenge is the babysitting missions where you have to protect squishy sitting ducks from hordes of enemies. How big is this? Okay. Too hard. My forearms hurt from hitting all the triggers so much. Everything is so fast and the screen is covered in flashing lights, so I can barely tell what is happening. I got stuck on the Depth 2 mission because there's a random enemy I see you fight and he's way too fast for weapon tracking, and for some reason my laser cannons just stopped working by the end and my other weapons overheated. I literally don't know what was happening when I won 90% of the fights in the game. I just get extremely close so I don't miss, and I hit all the triggers while quick boosting into the enemies or strafing. You're playing the game! You can also use melee weapons on your left arm. You unlock parts in the shop very slowly, like 1 or 2 builds per entire chapter. It is just extremely frustrating. I don't know what you're supposed to do about enemies that are too fast for you to shoot and also have so much armor points. They won't die even when you finally stagger them and hit them with everything you have. The Ibis fight, psychotic. Imagine Mecha Millennia but worse. What is the point of all the customization if you have to use specific builds to fight each ridiculous boss? It's literally just a chore, making people feel dread instead of having any fun. Love this game. After hours of trying, I finally finished something that seems impossible. One mission later, just something else stupid, like 2 boss fights without any rest or supply between, or a cramped room full of ACs rushing at the same time. It just doesn't make any sense. There is no balance or strat. It's either, I don't know what these hearts are, I think K, possible, or switch. Oh my god. I sadly requested a refund. First bot tutorial gives you an idea of what you're in for, and it's pretty rough. You are unable to customize mech and can't get around the boss save for beating. Not easy when it flies behind the area boundaries and you can't get to it, but are expected to melee it. Again, note tutorial. Bosses after the first get brutal. If I had a lot of spare time in the day, it would be more worthwhile. Try to support sci-fi games, and Armored Core is something I loved back in the day. At the devs, if you want to make a game that makes people feel bad, you did a good job. For casual gamers like myself that simply want to play 30 minutes to an hour after work, I'm not going to spend hours learning boss fights and getting my face smashed. If you want very difficult fights, add a difficulty selector or lose potential revenue. Oh no. Oh no, he just threatened with potential revenue. I'm not aware of a single From Software game that has a difficulty slider, and I don't think they're about to change. I truly don't think they're about to change that. How to pilot a KitchenAid refrigerator. Armored Core 6's robots. A true marvel of modern technology. For we're living in the early 2000s, it's fascinating how they managed to capture the essence of clunkiness and inefficiency in every mechanical movement. Who needs the grace and fluidity of Titanfall's BT when you can experience the sheer frustration of trying to navigate a robot that handles like a refrigerator on roller skates? Kudos to Armored Core 6 for revolutionizing the way we perceive both advanced robotics and kitchen appliances. This guy gave this review after an hour of playing. He gave this after an hour of playing. Come on, man. This is not Armored Core. It does not feel like Armored Core. It does not play like Armored Core. Legit a franchise I absolutely love turned to a little more than Armored Souls. I would have preferred no Estus flasks, no shield, no over-the-top blade animations, and I just wanted Armored Core. Instead, you took an absolutely amazing franchise and modernized it, which in FromShit's mind means make it Souls-like. Good job absolutely killing your franchise to try and chase your idiotic Souls obsession. I mean, I thought we liked Dark Souls. Can't even get past the first training mission, lock-on system is broken, definitely refunding. Does that mean having fun again? Congrats From Software, you just added mechas to a Soul game. If you're like me and detest the Dark Souls games and can't stand Bloodborne, then do not buy this game. I figured they had followed along with the previous games and kept it fun, but nope. They didn't, they just made it annoying. It took me 5 or 6 attempts just to beat the first boss, and even then I had to look up how to do that. If you're like me and play games to relax and disconnect from the stress of life, then do not add this to your collection. I mean, true, mech games aren't exactly relaxing, especially not this one. And I think the first boss, the mechanic is so easy. It's just literally blasting you with rockets, and you have to hide behind a wall while it blasts those rockets, and then you attack it. Like, that is the simplest thing ever. It's just like you think just because you're made out of hunks of metal that you're not gonna take any damage and you just, you know, rush the boss. It's just like hide behind a wall, just like any fucking FPS game. I mean, what are we talking about here? Too difficult for the first boss. Are you effing kidding me? Get good or get gone as a motto for this game. Hell of a marketing strategy. Not all gamers are built the same way, and while many people will love this game, if I can't beat the first boss, how the hell is the rest of the game going to go? Negative. First boss ridiculously hard, boss flies out of bounds and still attacks. Wait for him to get in bounds. It shoots from one side of the arena, and as I hide behind a building, bullets and missiles come from a totally different direction. WTF. Hide on the other side of the building. Oh my god. Bro, all you have to do is stand behind a wall. And even that's too much for some people. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. It's not Armored Core, is it? Oh my god. Took me 12 tries to kill the tutorial boss. Obviously, I'm not the target demographic here. True. Too long to treat. I got filtered and it feels bad. Before you get mad, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just cannot recommend it. FromSoft games always absolutely annihilate me on my first playthrough. But this is not a Souls game. To be clear, I didn't expect this to be a Souls game with mech armor plating, but I didn't expect it to be quite as unforgiving as this. I mean, this is insanely unforgiving even for a FromSoft title. Oh my god. Get good is a classic meme and there's a reason it exists. Maybe in this case it applies to me regardless. I'm simply not good enough. Jesus, people are beating themselves hard for not beating this game. I mean, who gives a crap? 11 hours into the game and I'm stopped hard at the infamous Baltius fight. Even after following guide, I'm unable to beat the boss. I played Armored Core 1 through 4 like crazy, and it was a ton of fun building a really cool mech and blowing stuff up. This is no longer that serious. The addition of Souls-like mechanics, not only not a game type I enjoy, and the lack of ability to reduce the difficulty has destroyed my memories of the game. No longer will I longingly think back on the game and hope to play again. Gone are the days where I have twitch reflexes, and gone are the days when I have hours and hours to pour into a fight to learn every nuance and defeat it with a perfect run. If those things are things to have available to you, not move on like I'm going to. I mean, a lot of these people seem to review the game based on their life, like their life decisions and what they're doing in life. This game is not for pregnant mom. Like, of course it's not. Like, who just if you only want to play half an hour a game, you can do a mission a day. What, do you want to finish the game in half an hour? Or like, if you can't spend enough time with a game, maybe like pick a sillier game that doesn't require as much commitment. I mean, that's one of the reasons that the Souls series sells is the difficulty, and because after you're done doing something so horrendously difficult, you just feel unbelievably good about it. You feel so relaxed, you feel good. The reward is much bigger because the effort you put into the fight is much bigger, you know? Game is designed around several incredibly easy levels followed by a tedious boss that needs some absurd min-max build. Game has major balance issues. If the bulkiest boss fight is anything to go by, the entire length of the game will be miserable. Missile swarms if too far away, cannon you must dodge or it eats a third of your health, regular rocket spams and a Gatling gun on top, and then phase 2 kicks in, all while you need a very specific weapon or sword to get through its ablative bubble health. Okay, god, these reviews are long. The bosses ruin this game. You can't tell what is going on because of all the particle effects. The camera randomly drops low, and you can't see anything because your mech takes up most of the screen. To top it all off, the story is complete nonsense. Just go play MW5 Mercs instead. A kick in the face to the fans. Bosses are horrendous and have no place in this game. This ain't Sekiro. The bosses ruin the whole game for me. It kills build variety and shoehorns you into playing with a few select weapons and parts. Oh my god. We're not reading. In short, you blew it and I'm very disappointed in you. Just go back to making Souls games, please. The controls are clunky and the game is boring. The AI is next level terrible. I have 3 hours into the game and I cannot get into it. It's a decent action mech game, but it's not Armored Core. Bosses in this game turned me into a racist. What? The poster is... oh my god, the poster is original pillow fucker. So original pillow fucker says, bosses in this game turned me into a racist. I mean, I think we should get this guy an award. Oh, I'm kidding. Oh my god. The game is fun minus the first boss and the current boss I got to. FromSoft asks way too much if you're dodging and it's insane. Unless they nerf some of these bosses like the first boss, don't get this game. Not yet. This isn't supposed to be harder than the Souls game. This isn't supposed to be harder. Killshock 360 decided this isn't supposed to be harder. What if they want to make it like 10 times as hard as Souls game? Who gives a crap? People love fun. The hard games. Everywhere people play hard games and they laugh at you if you suck and they applaud you if you're good at, right? Of course they're not for everyone. Of course they're not like... and also the game hasn't like come out in like what, 10 years or I don't know how long. Like, what are you expecting? Of course this is like a reboot of Armored Core. Of course it's not gonna be Armored Core, right? The game is terrible. Terrible boss fights. The randomness of getting hit by the enemy is bad. Boss fights are dumb and repetitive. The sword laser animation is god awful slow and it's the only thing that will bring down boss shields and stagger them. This game is so bad from software needs to delete it. They need to delete the game. Holy shit. Jumping and dodging is ass in this game. This game is not worth the price you pay. Not even open world or a real storyline to it. I'd say it's just writing on the franchise name and should only be worth $20. $20. What's the point of customization if you have to use Switch to achieve build in order to beat bosses? Was looking for light, difficult fun, not aggravation. Sorry, recommend as it's just not fun. This game is a declaration from Software that there are more Souls fans than Armored Core fans. Ugh. Souls like in disguise. Do a bunch of dead-ass easy missions, then face an Elden Ring boss and a mech out of nowhere, and proceed to throw your mech design and playstyle out of the window in favor of an optimal build to kill the boss. Once I got to the first boss, I realized this game was not for me. I did not want the game about figuring out the boss patterns and gimmick and stagger and the optimal way to beat it. I just wanted another Armored Core, another Age, Silent Line, or 4A. In those games, the bosses didn't feel like they were purposely designed to be a boss fight. The things that make a boss fight feel purposefully designed, are invisible walls that weren't there before, attack tells, certain awkward movements it seems to do based on how you move, or having certain optimal ways to defeat it. And if you don't figure it out, you probably won't win. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of bosses like that. I wanted a more simulation like feel of the previous games. Don't buy the game, the difficulty curve is too steep. If you like spending 8 or 9 hours on a tutorial mission because you can't get past it, then waste your money. I've beat 3 bosses, yet didn't enjoy any of them. Complete dog game. If you want to play chase simulator, then play this game. Every boss just runs away from the playing the whole time while launching everything they have at the players, so by the time you even reach the boss, you already lost all your stamina and you can't even melee attack because you have no stamina, or you reach the boss and then get hit by all their missiles and lasers because you have 0 stamina to even dodge. Or there's no stamina in the game, it's energy. Jesus, and it recharges like that. You just have to land on the ground for like literally a second and it'll recharge like fully. All right, I'm done. Okay, so if you did like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm working on a lot of new stuff that's coming out very newly and very soon, and thank you so much.